Recently, I made a reaction to some excellent songs from Australia and New Zealand from the 80s. Really enjoyed it. A lot of great music acts came from that region in that decade. But what I'm looking at today is the top Australian bands and singers. This is 150 Australian bands and singers. So this should be like pretty much every artist that's ever came out of Australia. Hopefully will be included on this list. Tell me if there's any that are missing that should be on this list, but 150 of the top acts. Tell me who you think is number one from Australia ever, the best singer, best band. Let's watch this and see.
Wait up, baby, please. Hey, yeah, you in a sad face, coming to my place.
I told you on that previous video that my football team took that as an anthem, so now we sing that when we celebrate. I don't know why that song, but it's a good song. I've heard that tune before. Yeah, tell me more about that Smoko song. I feel like I've came across that somewhere online before. Tell me more about that. But already we're seeing more towards the rock side again, but a good range of different time periods and also slightly different styles as well. So we see a lot of variety from Australian music so far, but more on that rock side, I think, so far.
You broke them like when I see you falling, I get down on my knees and chance here where the night is totally naked. I like it on a train in the corner with a mind-numbing headache. Living in another space.
Sounds like a sort of Blink-182 style. Tell me more about these acts. Have you actually heard of any of these before? Do you know any of them? Were any of them very popular? I don't really know any of them so far. Was it 5 Seconds of Summer? I think I've heard of that name before and that Smoko song, but apart from that, I've really never heard of any of these acts before. But you can tell it's a good quality of music, and what I've noticed so far is, obviously with the years, that music is very of those times. You can it's like almost like a time capsule for each of these songs from the time periods, which is enjoyable to listen to. A bit like David Bowie, that last one. That was very interesting. That sort of music kind of reminded me of, like, I don't know, like Amy Winehouse, something like that. Again, I don't recognise any of these. Tell me more about them if you recognise any of them. Tell me what your favourite so far has been. Oh, this song I've heard before. Oh, Keith Urban, yeah. Yeah, I said, oh, Jason Donovan. Keith Urban and Jason Donovan are not inside the top 100. I thought they would have definitely been. Keith Urban, I mentioned on a previous video that I reacted to. It was like singers you didn't know were from Australia, I think. I always thought he was an American country singer. But I thought he would have definitely been inside the top 100 at least. Jason Donovan, especially like that late 80s, early 90s, although it was like kind of pop music, he was a bit of a legend even in the UK. I had no idea that song was from Australia. That's an iconic song. Was that a cover or was that an original song from that singer? There, I learned something already again, and a song I never knew was from Australia is Moving. Yeah, Moving Pictures, I feel like maybe people have mentioned them in the comments before. I feel like I've heard of the name as well. I feel also that they were quite a big act at the time, not someone I know of, unfortunately. Very uplifting and enjoyable, that one. That guy's got a voice. So I guess with this, maybe they're grouping certain genres of music together. Definitely a lot of great rock music there from the 70s and the 80s. I mean, I think all throughout Australia's history, man, there's probably been great rock music. Tell me who your favourite is. Sadistic Execution, now that is a name for a band. Destroyer 666. I mean, going from like Jason Donovan to like some of these bands here, that is quite a wide variety of genres of music. that is a classic song already. Even though it's not like 40, 50 years old, that is like just a beautiful piece of music for me. Yeah, I remember that song as well. I think Jet were very popular in the UK as well. Tell me if they're still going, still making music. Oh, you got that Europop style. Yeah, that's another classic song, man. That is, I guess that's probably one of the most viewed music videos on YouTube. My son loves that. Anytime he sees a thumbnail for that, he's got like all these different songs he really like has to watch every time we see the thumbnail on YouTube. That's one of them. I guess he likes the video, but it's a good, really good song as well. I've never heard of them before, but enjoyable. I mean, that's just... Oh, Savage Garden, yeah, I've not heard about them for a long time. Natalie Imbruglia, but that song Torn, man, that's just an iconic song of the 90s. I want to know more what she's doing these days, man. That like kind of music is just so mid-90s. Savage Garden as well, to be fair, man. Two great acts. Three great songs there. Yeah, I made a reaction to that song to Treaty. Such a powerful piece of music.
You messed about, I caught you outside. Georgie girl, there's another Georgie deep inside.
I feel like I've heard that before as well.
So don't think that you can hurt. I'm a version with no brakes. I'm invincible. I can tell what you're thinking. My heart is sinking.
I mean, those three singers there, three female singers who are, I mean, not just huge in Australia, that's three worldwide sensations with great voices as well. So I guess that's some great male singers as well, man. That is like some iconic music there. Well, I mean, that guy just looks cool as well. Rick Springfield, tell me more about him. But I definitely heard that song before. Again, I've never heard of the singer, but he just looks suave and got a great voice as well. man. Cold Chisel, so people told me, like, obviously Jimmy Barnes is the lead singer of Cold Chisel, as we can see. But that last 10 acts or something like that, all 80s, all these like guys with powerful, awesome voices, a lot of charisma on these videos. Tell me what you think about them. Who's your favourite from all of those ones? But actually just thinking about it with like John Farnham, with Jimmy Barnes, Cold Chisel, I thought they would have maybe have been higher than mid-20s or 30s even. So it must be a lot of good artists to come. That is a mullet. Yes, man. Tame Impala is like, I didn't even know they were Australian until I watched one of my previous videos. I've listened to them so much, man. Their music that is my type of music, man. Excellent music to chill to. That guy's voice is just insane. The music he produces as well. He's a genius, man. Okay, that song I definitely heard. Crowded House, I've heard of the name again. A lot of people told me on the previous video that the 80s were just, it was just special for Australian music. As much as like there's still amazing acts up until guys like Tame Impala or bands like that back in the 70s, but the 80s just seemed like a special time for music. I mean, we're going into the top 10. Tell me if there's anybody that's not been on the list so far you think are going to be in top 10. Who you think is going to be number one, I guess. We've not seen like INXS, AC/DC, could be any of those two at number one. Tell me if there's anybody else.
I knew what you were looking for. Making some sense where there's no sense at all. That's when
Yeah, man, nice Midnight Oil.
it's just over.
Oh, yeah, nice men at work. I mean, INXS, it must be AC/DC, man. I mean, whoa. I was just so lucky I guessed those two at the top, man, but that is insane. 150 acts of all genres over the last, man, what's that, 50, 60 years? Just amazing consistency, so much good music, so many men and women with great voices, just unbelievable, great style. And as I said, man, like covering all of those genres, it's just like shows that Australia just has such a rich music scene and always has, really. Tell me who your favourite from that list was. Tell me if you agree with that like top 10. And tell me if there was anybody missing from this list as well. But that's just an enjoyable video to watch. And yeah, learn about some new music artists as well. Thanks.